No, I can't hear you. Hello? I can't hear you. Oh, we're live. And I can't hear Stephanie. Can you hear me, Steph? Oh, I don't know if she can hear me. Hi, we are live. Just bear with us. If anybody is out there, we're just having some technical difficulty. Oh,
can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. You know, we were looking for a new way to start the show, and I think just with the technical difficulty right off the bat is a great way for food therapy to begin. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to Food Therapy, where we are, I do this all the time. Stephanie from Fa-Rekin Licious
and Siobhan Coates from Spark Up Kitchen.
Woo-hoo!
Hello, everyone. Yes. Today we're going to be doing in honor of the Irish and St. Patty's Day after. St. Patty's Day after. We're doing Irish bangers. And you're going to do a vegetarian. Oh, yum. That looks so doggone fantastic.
Again, just proof that you can be a vegetarian and still find great products. Like, I don't mean to brag about my sausage, but look at that. It's got casing.
Nice looking sausage.
You would never even know it was not
It looks exactly
meat.
Like my sausage.
I know, look at that.
Well, I've got mine already browning.
Yeah. I'm going to do mine too.
Yeah. So welcome, guys. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
So excited.
So Stephanie and I always usually have a little pre-discussion as to what we're going to prep and what we're not going to prep beforehand. And we haven't really prepped very much, only decided that we're going to start browning our sausages now.
Well, I sliced up my onions.
Yes. I'm going to do my onions right now while you talk.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Stephanie, let's talk about you first. Now, if you are a regular viewer, or of course, if you are a fan of Fa-Rekin Licious and Stephanie, she has been going like gangbusters in this Bon Appetit contest to get that food truck underway. Well, that's her goal. It's not a competition to get a food truck, but
part of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so everybody who's watching knows that I've been in this competition. Bon Appetit, for the biggest thing for me is to be featured in Bon Appetit. It's a 2-page feature, and the winner also gets receives $50,000. And this has been going on for about 4 weeks now. I've made it to every single round. Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think that's 6:30 p.m. your time.
Yeah.
Is when those that are all of, like, there could be 1,000 groups. I do not know how many total groups there are. There could be 100 groups. There could be 30 groups. But all the number ones from all the groups go on to compete with one another. And then there's two or three more rounds, and then the final winner is announced in April. But you cannot imagine how much this has just really elated me and filled me up with so much love that I have had so many people supporting me, getting on every day. I voted. So many of my friends have been sharing the links, and please vote for my friend, help her out. She's got this big dream, and it has been overwhelming. But you know what? Here's the thing. Even if I don't make it, even if I don't win, let's say I make it, but then I don't even win. This is the next step. Think about what I've done and putting myself out there just in the grand scheme of what my ultimate goal is, which is to be hosting my own cooking shows, multiple on the Food Network, and being branded with Fa-Rekin Licious as a household name for health and wellness, healthy eating, loving yourself, and living your best doggone life.
And there's something that you said there was so key, and because so many people, myself included, you go into something, you go into a competition, or you go into a situation, and you are so set on the outcome,
right,
that you can't envision almost a bigger picture.
Right.
And something that you said, you do have a valued outcome of that. But if that outcome doesn't happen, you've already got, it's not going to be, then that's going to be it. If I don't get this, well, then I have failed. I may as well pack it all in. You already know that there are going to be so many gifts that come from this, because you've moved the energy around. You started on a path, and that's what happens when any of us start anything.
Right.
We might have a desired outcome,
right,
but we're not emotionally, like, if this doesn't happen, then it's over. Like, you realize there's other things that are happening.
I ain't dead.
Exactly.
So that means keep going.
Exactly.
And you know, again, you know, the $50,000 grand prize, I plan to start a food truck, the Fa-Rekin Licious food truck with that money. But again, the billion, trillion, zillion dollar, you know, opportunity is that feature in Bon Appetit. Like, that is such a huge, you know, win. So Siobhan, talk about your 365 book. I've looked almost every day.
Yeah,
I don't think we can get it in the States.
It is, but it's going to be within 3 weeks now. You know, none of the stuff, all of this second print or the third print now has totally shocked the printing company, the woman who did it, because she used her own printing company, right?
Yeah.
The woman who, Shelley Lynn Hughes, she is the editor-in-chief of Fresh Mag, which is a magazine in Canada. And she used her own printing company, the printing company that she prints her magazine with. That's what she printed the book with. So they were not prepared for the popularity of this. So there's going to be another run within 3 weeks. And if it's on a wish list for you, then you'll be notified.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is it's not even available to be on a wish list. I have been to Amazon, I've Googled, and it must be something to do with their launching it in Canada only. And then it will be launched other places. The only thing I can think about, or the only thing I can, that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's, as soon as I know things, then you'll know, and everybody else will know how they can get copies of the book. And I do, I will have copies. I might have some copies. I don't know.
Girl.
I won't let my people down. I won't let my people down. So
I am so excited for you and for that.
You know, it really has opened. Now, Stephanie, can you just show me? Now, so this is my half a cabbage. Are we going to slice like this end, or do we slice from, like, are we slicing from the core?
Yes, actually, yes. So you can cut the core off, or you can leave it on, but you're slicing like that, like a rainbow, like the shape of a rainbow.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, because these are important questions that people may need to know or want to know.
Slicing the cabbage in a rainbow in long slices.
That's right. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Well, my hands are already purple.
Well, yeah. You know what? I cut my cabbage in half, and then I went to slice my onion. I was like, oh my God, is that purple mold on my onion? It wasn't purple mold. You know what? I need to show people who don't know, who have a look at these vegetarian sausages, Steph.
They look amazing, girl.
I know, don't they? They look
Speaking of, I need to flip
amazing.
my sausages. Flip them right over.
So, of course, the entry into my book has spurred a lot of questions, and a lot of, people. There's so many amazing stories, and we had said we were going to talk about, mindset and what you're told when you grow up. Yeah,
childhood trauma.
Childhood trauma.
Yeah, how that contributes.
And how it contributes. And, I shared I shared the other day about some verbal abuse that happened in my life. Mm-hmm. And I realized, I think we need to get a little tougher with the voice inside of our head. And the fact that we even call it a voice is gentle.
Right.
We're gonna call it an abuser. The verbal abuser in your head.
Right. It's yourself. It becomes yourself. It becomes yourself.
And take notice. That the word abuser makes you sit up and take notice, because nobody's taking the voice seriously. Like, people, they don't, you don't comprehend that.
They're listening to it as if though it's truth, and it's not.
Yeah. Oh, the little voice inside my head said I couldn't do it. No, the verbal abuser in your head that said you weren't good enough to do it.
Right.
Told you you couldn't do it. Like, let's be serious about what's going on with these voices in our head and what they're telling us.
Well, people have certainly overcome those voices, if you look at some of the people who I consider some of the most successful in the world, but who endured traumatic abuse, you know, for instance, Oprah Winfrey was sexually abused as a child. Tony Robbins was abused verbally, and I think even physically. I think he tells a story of her pouring liquid soap or some sort of detergent down his throat, growing up with an alcoholic. But look at what these two people are out here doing in the world because they were able to overcome. That is not me. That's not who I am. And, you know, everyone's journey is different, but it's like, what is it? What did they encounter that they allowed to infiltrate them to go, you know what? Like a fish flopped out of water. I don't have to be what my mama or my daddy or whoever that uncle was or whoever hurt me. Well, I can be something and do something different.
For me, because I feel like I am a late bloomer because it has been a process for me. And I've done many things over the years to enhance my self-esteem. I've come over great obstacles. You know, I jumped out of planes and you would think you'd have to shut up that voice in your head. Yeah. Right? You have to shut up that voice. And I did. And I was very successful at it. You know, riding a motorcycle, that one took me a little while to get rid of those voices in my head that said, you know, you can't drive a motorcycle. Who are you to think that you can ride a motorcycle? I had all these fears in my head. And you almost really have to reach some sort of bottom. Your contrast has to be so big. And for me, it was working the last 2 jobs that I worked as a seafood manager and in a desk job that I got sick and tired. Like I was physically getting sick, right? Or mentally getting sick. I worked one job where I got physical. And then I worked one job where my anxiety came out full-fledged and I had to go on, antidepressants, which I'm still on.
Well, you mentioned jumping out of planes. That could be metaphor for imagine the fear that the very first time someone jumps out of a plane, any human being, imagine the fear that is present, but then they choose to feel the fear and do it anyway. Well, jumping out of planes could be metaphor for jumping out of the way of your own fear, regardless of what may be bringing up that irrational fear. And whether it's childhood trauma, whether it's, we can experience trauma on throughout our entire lives. And, because like a lot of I've had trauma, throughout my life, as a kid, as a young adult, as a teenager, as an older adult. But it's about what I allowed, what I knew I was capable of and what I wanted. And I put that forefront. It doesn't mean that the fears weren't there. It doesn't mean that there weren't days that I was flat and depressed, having anxiety, but it was like, what was more important? And it was like, whatever it takes to get to where I want to be.
I was on a discussion about a month ago talking about the difference. And this was really kind of an aha moment for me too. Talking about the difference between risk and danger. And that there is a difference between risk and danger. And, and it's so true because what you may think is dangerous is really just risky. Like starting my own business. Like starting my own business could be risky, right? I'm not thinking of it as that, but some people, it could be risky. What if it fails? What if it doesn't? What if? But I got to try it. Is it dangerous? Is it life-threatening? No. Am I going to die if I don't get the business? No. So realizing that it's okay to risk. But the adrenaline and the whole thing still comes up, right? The adrenaline, the fear, it's the same as your body feels the same with anxiety.
It doesn't know the difference in the thoughts. It doesn't know. It just knows what chemicals are being elicited based upon the thoughts and the emotions that are elicited from, from those thoughts.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm
taking my sausages out now.
Yes. And then we'll start caramelizing. Breaking down our onions and I'm going to show everybody this really cool trip. I actually learned from Tyler Shimsky about how to get the skins off of garlic. But first, have you sliced your onions?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and throw my onions in this same pan.
Yes.
We just cooked our sausages in.
Oh,
And I think this is a better way than I did it on one of my shows a couple years ago, where me and 3 of my girlfriends made this. And right before we were going to a happy St. Patty Day party. It was so much fun. But yeah, I think, doing your sausages in the pan, browning those, and then to that same pan, adding the onions to the brown bits and get those
way
going.
More onions. You have way more onions than I do.
I just did a real big yellow onion and sliced those up like we sliced the cabbage, because you do want to kind of keep the same consistency of the vegetable.
I'm going to grab another onion. Hold on one second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, talk amongst ourselves. So where's everybody joining in from today? I see we got some viewers. I'm not seeing any comments. Tell us where you are, what you're joining in from.
When I went to chef school, one of the chefs said onions are the magical ingredient, and you should add them to everything.
Oh, they are. They're so incredible.
They really are.
Speaking of stuff that's incredible for you, let me tell you something. So I ran out of super greens a couple days ago and completely forgot. I kept meaning to get on Amazon and order my next, because I have it auto shipped, but apparently I went through more of them, and so they ran out before my next one comes. So I had to put it in another order. I was like, oh shit, that's right, I forgot to order my super greens. Well, I've been without my super greens for 2 days.
Yeah.
Today, so that would be yesterday and the day before. Yeah. I wake up today, and you would have thought somebody had hit me with a Mack truck. And I was like, what the hell? Like I didn't drink anything last night. I'm like, what? Why do I feel so bad? Well, then it occurred to me throughout the morning as I was having my coffee, and I still wouldn't get that and getting that elated jolt of fire. I was like, oh, that's right, I haven't had my super greens. So I'm headed to the doggone gym, and I'm going to run by Whole Foods and get a single packet, because I always drink them in my water while I'm working out at the gym.
Yeah.
And as soon as I did that, within a few minutes of drinking them, it's amazing. Super greens, y'all, are one of the most amazing, best things you can put into your body. I swear, trust me, it has probably been, I cannot tell you how many years it's been. I don't think I've skipped a day, not even a single day, Siobhan. And putting that good stuff into my body, it helps, helps detoxify, it helps to alkalize. It's like a supercharged multivitamin. Guys, take one thing away. Super greens. They've got tangerine flavor, berry flavor, chocolate flavor, pineapple, lemongrass. There's so many. Yes.
This is my new one. I've got like 1 tablespoon left in the one in the fridge. This is my new one. I will tell you a little story about my journey with super greens. And this is developed. This Greens Plus is developed by a gentleman named Sam Gracie. He's a Canadian, and he developed Greens Plus. It was like stuff that tastes like grass. And I was dating a skydiver. This was back in 1995, and the skydiver that I was dating had a little skydiving accident. His fault, pilot error, and he broke his femur in 2 places, steel rod. And he went to a holistic doctor, and he said, now this is 1995, so there's not a lot of this stuff out there. The holistic doctor said, go to the store, buy some Greens Plus. Now at that time, there was only 1 Greens Plus, and it was Greens Original. There was no flavors, there was no line of products.
Right. Now that is how they first came out.
We started on Greens Plus. The first morning I took it, I felt a difference. I have been taking Greens Plus since 1995, and I will tell you, I traveled Australia with Greens Plus in my backpack. When I was living in Arizona in a van, I would go without food before I would go without my Greens Plus.
I'm serious. I'm serious. And if you're ever drinking the next day, you might have to have 2. Two different, but it will knock out a hangover in half an hour. Hey, real quick, I want to show everybody this trick. So I've got this unpeeled garlic. I learned this from Tyler. Put it in a jar, put the lid on, and shake it. And get a good arm workout.
Yeah.
Shake. You shake it, and the garlic just gets peeled automatically.
I've seen that.
And you get a great workout. Oh my God, girl, I'm serious.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah, so now I'm going to chop up this garlic, because we got to start adding our garlic to the.
Yeah, I'm
we get lost in our. Yeah, y'all look, it's completely peeled.
I did the garlic already, so I'm putting the garlic in here. Greens, it's the phytonutrients, right? It's all that,
Yes.
all that good stuff. So, when you go and you look and you see these websites that say, oh, you should be taking spirulina. Oh, you should be taking devil's claw. Oh, you should be taking, a root tree extract. Root tree extract. But then you go and you look at your greens and you're like, oh my God, I got that.
It's got everything in it. Spirulina, wheatgrass.
Here is crazy. But it's so good for you. And I swear
it's so good for you.
One of the reasons why I've been healthy for most of my life, why I've been healthy, and why I've stayed younger, besides the fact that I don't have any kids.
Siobhan,
people ask all the time.
I absolutely 100% contribute the way I feel on up into these older years with how I have cared for my body and made a concerted. And one of the biggest things is my daily super greens.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the super greens. Yeah. When I was a vitamins and more manager in a grocery store, I got into all kinds of supplements. I get lots of free stuff, and there's once upon a time I was taking, I had every supplement going because I was getting them either at a reduced price or they were just, or they were samples, and I got into it like. There was a year there, I think, where I was taking everything, plus the Greens Plus. And eventually, of course, when I got out of that, I got out of buying all the supplements, but I cannot do without my greens. I don't take a multivitamin.
Right, me either.
Greens Plus.
No, yeah, that's a supercharged multivitamin right there. I'm like you, like back in 2005, I actually... Let's see, I suffered mononucleosis in 2001, 2002. Then in 2005, I had, I think, pneumonia. And it's just, that's when I came across that documentary, or not documentary, but the natural cures they don't want you to know about. And that's where I learned about mangosteen juice and the super greens. And I was on, you name it, just like you, I was like, I was on everything. And, I had taken care of myself for 10 years, but to that extent, where I was supplementing with all this great stuff. But I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference in your energy and your ability to recover and your ability to you can still, overwork yourself and overdo things, but I'm telling you.
Of course. And I was still, and again, I was taking Greens Plus when I got shingles, but it was my mind, right? And I was almost willing myself at that point in my life. Talk about mindset, because I was so miserable in what I was doing, and I was willing myself to get sick. I was like, I knew I was on the pathway to get sick. Are we putting cabbage in?
Yeah, we're going to put our cabbage on.
I knew,
and it's a lot. It's a lot of cabbage. And then just start tossing that.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Whew, lots of cabbage. Yes. I knew I was on the mindset, and this is about the mindset. Have you heard of the book, The Body Keeps the Score?
No, I have not.
It's a book about healing the body and what trauma does to the body physically.
Oh, yes. Please tell me more.
It is an amazing book. I haven't read it. I've just heard about it, but it's so true. And, that was one of the things that when I got shingles in 2016 that I was so ashamed of, because I was so healthy. I was working out and I was doing all the stuff and I was having all the supplements and but because my mind was sick,
right,
it made my body sick. I could do anything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm listening. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, if your mind is sick, I'm telling you, your body has information for you, right?
Right. Absolutely. So I have a friend who has a podcast called The Intuition Activist, and she was interviewing a woman, about, and they were telling a story about this man who had lived here for 30 years as well, I don't think anybody's illegal, but he's technically considered an illegal immigrant. And he had tried for so many years to get legal documentation and paperwork, but he still was hiding. He was working, he was thriving. His daughter was born here, and his daughter was telling the story that he finally got found out or something after 30 freaking years of contributing, of being a pillar of a great human being, raising his family. He got deported. And what happened was soon after, so he got deported, and then they wound up doing what they needed to do for that paperwork, and so he was able to come back, and it was like a year-long fight. Well, then he gets cancer, and he winds up passing within a year. But the point was, it's where he had hid. So, you know, that hiding, I'm not supposed to be here, that subconsciously weighs on you and your body. It's like, and then all of a sudden you're doing, you know, like maybe something completely different than what you had been suppressing. And when you do, your body starts to respond. Like a couple years ago, something really horrible happened to me. I literally was stabbed in the back by a group of people for no good reason whatsoever. We still
like
we don't
an
know
actual
why.
Knife.
Right. Well, no, that's what it. No.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Gotcha. So, not to get into the details, that's going to be in my book. But after I went live, and it was a big thing for me to go live and expose these people and talk about this. I had prepared everybody that I was going to be going live, and that it was very important and imperative that you got on at the very beginning. This is not something that you were able to come on in the middle of, because I'm going to be telling the story of something that horrible that happened to me.
Right. Yeah.
And literally after I shared that story, there was like 100 people at one point in time watching. Oh yeah. And people were going back and watching it like later, and then for months people were reaching out to me going, oh my God, yeah. Anyway, within a few days after I went live, because it was several months after it had happened, I felt like this sensation in my left rhomboid, like literally like somebody had stabbed me. So what was happening was I was finally releasing the emotional and mental trauma that I'd been carrying for several months with anxiety and depression and trying to work through it. And that was my body's way of creating that, like a stab in the back and healing.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I 100% believe that. It was a few days. And it would just, and I was just sitting on the couch, like reading a book or reading a book or looking at Facebook, one of the two.
Yeah.
I just remember my head was like this, and I felt like this, like literally it felt like,
wow.
And it took a few months, and it finally dissipated.
You know, I 100% believe that. Because this machine that we have, this brain, mind, body,
salt and pepper.
You know, I still think it's understated about how much control we actually have over our bodies.
Absolutely. Yes, or over our lives in general.
Yes.
Siobhan.
Yeah. And I shared this today. I was in class, and you know, before I'm being interviewed, I told Stephanie this earlier.
Yes.
But before that, you know, now nothing physically has changed in my environment at all. Like there's nothing physical, there's nothing different, there's nothing anything. But the difference in how you wake up. So Tuesday I woke up and I was in a funk. Nothing had changed.
I've been in a funk all week.
Nothing had changed except what was going on in here.
Right.
Like nothing's on fire. Nothing is broken into. I didn't get diagnosed with a fatal illness.
Yeah.
I didn't. Nothing happened, but something happened in here. Like I woke up and my mind went, "Oh, are you an imposter today?"
Right.
And it took a couple hours of mindset tools that I have, the gratitude and the everything. But it just makes you realize, again, the power of the mind, because nothing changes on the outside.
Yes.
But I can wake up one day and have really shitty thinking. Or I wake up the next day and all is fine and I'm a successful entrepreneur who's going for the stars. Or
a shitty feeling, and you're trying to rationalize what could possibly be going on. And again, like I have said several times, we can become overstimulated with positivity, and you have to balance that out. And that happens with me a lot. And it's happened a couple times recently, but this is a good example. Is the day that I announced that I was a part of this contest, and I shared the link, and all these people, like my feed, like all day I was getting nothing, like all these notifications, people sharing, people liking, people voted, all, and I was so high, I was so, elated, but that night I was depressed. It's like, I've had the best day. I had this amazing workout. I had a phenomenal breakfast, phenomenal lunch, drank my super grains.
Yeah.
I got all these people who are pouring out that love for me. But why do I feel depressed? Because it's like you have to balance out. And that's what happens. And you and I are probably like up, 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 up. But, and you know, it's not like a bipolar thing, but we do have to level that out. So this past week I've been on like having imposter syndrome and just kind of melancholy, choosing to be alone, just kind of choosing, you know.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're going to pour our beer. We got to pour our beer.
Oh, okay. Into our mouths or into the pan?
Yeah, we can take it. We can take a swig.
I'm going to do a taste test. It's 1 o'clock here. And something that you said, and what was I going to say about that? Oh, it just left my head. Oh crap! Let me have a drink of this beer that I don't know what it is.
God, this smells
Oh
so
my
good.
goodness! All right, I'm pouring my beer in.
Yes.
Oh,
and our chicken stock, or beef. I've got beef stock. What kind of stock do you have? Vegetable?
I've got vegetable.
Okay.
Toxic positivity, Stephanie.
Toxic positive. Oh,
that's a thing.
Toxic positivity. I have seen that recently. Toxic positivity. Yes.
And
yes.
I will admit to being one probably of those toxic, optimistic people.
Okay, so explain it. Explain it so our audience understands.
Don't really, I think it's just being.
I'm getting it, but.
I think it's just, for me, I was lacking a little empathy with a lot of people. And compassion, even, if you will. And that's a hard pill to swallow. But if I'm actually honest with myself on this self-realization trail that I'm on, is that my propensity for compassion and empathy was a little bit lower on the scale. So for me, my toxic positivity is trying to ram sunshine down your butt no matter what, without really that's my definition. I'm not sure of the definition, but I do know that toxic positivity, I can feel that I probably was a doer of that without actually without being compassionate, just trying to make a person feel better by saying all the shit, right? Like, oh, it's gonna be okay. Oh, I can do another day. I mean, there's mindset in what we talk about, but then there's not actually understanding the reality of where somebody is and shoving sunshine up their butt anyway.
There's creating that space, because it is uncomfortable to sit with uncomfortability or vulnerability or someone's pain, because you just want them to not feel that pain. And there is I've seen it a lot shared in the yoga community, where it's like, I don't want to see how many yoga poses, how you can twist this way, how you can twist that way, how you can do double dog down and do 19,000 sun salutations. I want to know how vulnerable you can be to sit with somebody who's dying, who sit with somebody who's in pain, who sit with somebody, and that's a very powerful write up.
Okay, so I've just Googled, because I got my phone right here.
Yes.
Here, and it says toxic positivity is a real and a big problem during the pandemic.
Ooh.
We shouldn't have to pretend that everything is okay when it isn't.
Right.
That's what it is. It's just pretending everything is okay when it isn't. Yeah, when I was laid, this woman goes on to tell a story about when she was laid off from her job, and people were telling her, "Oh, it's going to be okay. Just think positive."
Oh,
which is what I was saying.
See, now I don't. That's fluff, and sometimes it's like, you don't know what to say to with somebody, but then just saying something remedial, it's like not saying. You might as well not say anything at all.
Yeah.
If it's not, if you're not going to have real fervent passion, or heartfelt, heart-centered, expression.
Yeah.
It's better just to not do it at all. Okay, I'm gonna cover. I put my sausages back in. Have you done your broth?
Well, I seem to have a lot of liquid without even adding this. I mean, I have a whole can of beer in here. Is there supposed to be a lot of liquid?
Well, it's gonna break down. It's gonna cook down. And you do want there to be some liquid, because there's a lot of cabbage in there.
There is a lot.
That's going to soak up that.
I need a lid. One moment.
Okay.
Over here on the other side, here's a lid. Yeah, I guess, and then I want to put the bangers on top. Yeah, I can see how this is going to work now. Here we go. And again, for those who want to see these vegetarian sausages, look at that, and it's Beyond Meat. So,
where is my phone?
All right, here we go. All right,
all right, I'm going to take a picture of my sausage.
Oh, yes. With Stephanie and I usually always forget to take a picture of what we're doing here. So I too am going to take a picture.
And you know what? So I'm still adding recipes to my Fa-Rekin Licious cookbook.
Are you?
Yes. Oh God, yeah. I mean, there's so many that I haven't even added to it, Siobhan.
Oh my gosh.
But I added the tofu pho.
Oh, yes.
But I used your picture because your picture came out better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're making the pho again too. I think we're going to do it this weekend because I said we've made so many delicious recipes so far that are so good that I want to revisit them. These aren't recipes that we're just doing once, or for me, I'm not just doing them once for the sake of doing them. Like I'm adding them to our recipe.
Oh yeah. We're
cooking
pho. My friend Rachel and I think Tyler's coming over on Monday. We're going to cook the pho because she's like, how do you make tofu crispy? I'm like, Earl, oh my God. It is it's so good. Oh
yeah. I really like that pho. So I think that's what we're going to do. I have, I see I should probably keep the lid on this. I'm thinking. I keep the lid on.
Yeah, I can hear it simmering.
Yeah, I can hear mine. I can hear mine.
Salmon.
I can hear mine going as well. Yeah.
My sweet baby girl.
Your sweet baby girl. I know my girls are gone.
This is Salmon.
Hi, Salmon.
This is Salmon. She's our sweetest baby girl.
She's so cute. How old is Salmon?
Salmon was born in September of 2016, so going on 5.
Oh, our cats are going on 5 too.
She was a kitten.
This year.
She was a kitten when I started my cooking show, and she's in the very first episode where I'm doing the kale salad. I'm like, everybody, look, it's Salmon.
Aww,
yes. Y'all just missed it. We got 2 viewers, and you missed Salmon. I just had her up here. There she is. Now she's gone.
I tell you, that was a great interview you did yesterday with Kim Bond, too.
Yes.
Let's just talk about the beauty of the internet.
Yes.
There is a beauty in the internet and social media in that.
Absolutely.
We've talked about how, how Stephanie and I met, but then through me, Stephanie and Kim Bond met. Mm-hmm. And then Stephanie and Kim Bond got together and Stephanie interviewed Kim Bond. And
that was one hell of an empowered conversation.
I learn and respect that woman more and more every single day, and more that I hear her story and how freaking smart and intelligent. Like when she says, I just learned how to build a website. I just put the sales funnel on. Okay, bitch. Like,
right.
in a loving way. You just learned that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can barely Google that shit, let alone like build it.
Yes. Jacqueline Twa says synchronicity. Yes.
Oh, Jacqueline, ask her. Jacqueline, are you in Colombia? She was traveling.
Are you in Colombia, Jacqueline?
I think she might be.
We're getting a thunderstorm. It's like lightning. Like,
really?
Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear the thunder?
No.
Yeah, it just really loud thundered.
Oh my God, that's exciting.
Oh my God. Hopefully it better not knock the power out. We're almost done anyway.
Yeah.
She said, made it safe and sound. She said, made it safe and sound.
And she's in it. She's got it there in a brand new place, I think, new to them in Colombia. So it's really exciting. She's just prepping all this for when we can travel again and then come and visit her. And Dawn.
Hell yeah. Oh, did you hear where I was, I said, I'm coming to Canada. One of y'all better have a bedroom available.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm serious. I've never been to Canada.
No?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Oh, you gotta come to Canada. You're gonna love it out here. You'll love it out here.
Sign me up.
Yeah, Charleston looked wonderful, and all the water and all that.
Charleston is one of my favorite places, and I lived in Myrtle Beach for years, for like 14 years, and we were in Charleston constantly. I mean, it's like I sit there and I go around the city and all the places, all these amazing restaurants. A lot of them have been on the Food Network that I've eaten at. all these amazing places I've stayed, and it's just such a beautiful, 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 just walk around, type of area. So Jacqueline says, you got to come. Oh, hell yeah, girl, we're coming. How long are you going to be in Columbia? Charleston's super cool. Jacqueline says, yes, it is so historical. Yeah, it's absolutely stunning, beautiful. I just love it. It's just fabulous. All right, let me check this real quick. It smells so good. You smell that beer?
Oh my God,
it smells so damn good.
It does smell really good. It smells really, really good.
I'm gonna grab a plate real quick. That's one thing I did not get.
Oh, I got a plate. Yeah, this is gonna be so my husband Graham is always excited for Thursdays because he knows he's going to get a good dinner. So I'm going to eat we've got 4 sausages there, so that's fine. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm always excited to taste something, and then excited for him to come home and try it and taste it. So you're going to take a little bit out?
Yes.
All right.
I think it's about time. And there is a lot of liquid, but just for the sake of the show, it can still keep cooking. Let's just have some for our audience. Y'all, this is amazing. I'll post the recipe to this here in a little bit. Oh, God, Siobhan.
Yeah. This looks delicious.
All right. Well, I'm going to get this sausage because it's even more browned.
Yeah. I just got this sausage here. And I'm going to let this cabbage will have to cook down further, but yum.
Let's take a pic. Oh, yes, it is.
God. All right. All right.
Yum. All right. Let's do this.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
Yep, sausage is cooked perfectly.
Yep. My veggie sausage. All right, here we go.
Oh, my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. A little bit more salt.
I was thinking the same thing. I gotta add a little bit more salt.
A little bit more. Pepper. Y'all, this is a Fa-Rekin amazing.
Another yummy dish out of the Fa-Rekin Licious.
Yes.
And I just have a little bit here, Fa-Rekin Licious and Spark Up Kitchen. Oh my God, this is one of Stephanie's recipes. Yes. And then, as you know, next week it'll be something out of our kitchen as well. Oh my God, this is to die for.
I know, girl. I'm telling you. So, just continue. Put the lid back on. Just continue to let it,
render down.
The cabbage soak up all that, and the onions soak up all that good beer.
Yeah, all the good beer. Actually, this beer was good.
Yeah.
Not bad. I'm not a big beer drinker. And actually, my husband makes his own homemade beer.
Nice.
We've got a batch of salted caramel lager down there right now, or something. I don't know.
Salted caramel. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, he's a good beer brewer.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining Food Therapy today with Siobhan and I. Next Thursday. Oh shit, we're gonna be headed down to Myrtle Beach, so I might be doing it at our friend's house. Well, Tyler's cousin.
Or maybe we do it. Maybe we can do it on a Wednesday or something.
Well, Wednesday's when I have my podcast.
Oh, right. Well, we'll figure
No.
Stay tuned.
Girl, they have a beautiful, this beautiful, very big kitchen. It's a perfect setup. I've done an episode of my show there before. I don't think it'll be a problem. Let me reach out and ask. Yeah, if not, then, maybe I could make it work for Wednesday. Yeah. At one, I have my podcast.
Yeah, that's right. It might be too much because I know that we both.
That is a lot of energy.
It's a lot of energy to do that. So we'll play it by ear and see what happens. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to our food therapy.
Yes,
hopefully you get a little something out of it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes, Jacqueline, that is Beyond Meat sausage.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, Beyond Meat sausage.
Did you hear the thunder and lightning?
No, I'm not. I'm a little jealous that you're getting thunder and lightning. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Have a great Thursday.
Bye.